Great. Thank you all for being here. We're proud of a great win. Congratulations to Loyola Chicago on a great season. They had such a great run in the A10 tournament, 2 5-gamers to get here. We felt like they were going to be one of the hotter teams in the tournament. You know, they had just so much momentum going in, and very challenge. It was just a challenge with the physicality difference. I mean, we were just quite a bit taller in stature, and our block was bigger. But sometimes that's sometimes that's easier for the opponent to hit your elbows and do things like that. And I thought we just did an excellent job of controlling what we can control. Nealise Cabello, she distributed the ball great, and I just thought we were a great version of ourselves today. So proud of the win, and really excited to move on to Marquette, who looked fantastic in their game against Western Kentucky.
Thanks, Coach. Questions for Cara and Payton first?
What were your expectations going into the match, and then what did you see from Loyola?
Yeah, I think we knew we were going to have to kind of adjust a little bit to their offense in a way, and just be really good defensively. I think we've really executed on our scout this week, and we also knew that we were just going to have to come out bombing away. And like Dan said, the physicality difference can be challenging, but we just swung high and hard, and I think that worked great for us.
Yeah, I think we kind of expected maybe a little bit more tips, a little bit more junk that we needed to handle on our side, and they were going for it, and we kind of adjust our block a little bit. But I think just picking up the little things here and there is something that we had to work on, and I think we did great tonight with it.
Everything seemed to be going well on the offensive side, but we had a ton of blocks. And just talk about how you felt like you were reading them, or just sheer out-talling them, I think. Yeah. So just talk about the blocks.
Yeah, I think every night you have to come out. You aren't just going to get blocks. It just doesn't happen. So I think our blockers being disciplined, and we know that they're going to do certain things, but we have to look at the scout, see what they're doing, maybe adjust and make adjustments. And I thought our right side blockers specifically did a great job adjusting to the line. And obviously Cara and Sherman are huge blockers on our team, and they're just always closing, and it just makes it easy as a pin blocker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going off that, I mean, our pin set up great tonight. All we had to do was close, and we really trusted them, trusted the scout. And Dan made a comment at the beginning of the game to have a goal. Our standard should be 4 blocks a set, and so we were really determined to execute that.
What were the other keys that you felt like you had to accomplish?
Yeah, I think just starting and ending good. I think in tournament games, you can kind of feel it out or test the waters a little bit, and I think we did a great job just coming out and going for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt like our serving was great tonight. We were serving aggressive. It felt like, honestly, they were out of system most of the game, which made it really easy on our defense. So, yeah.
Payton, you have a sister that plays, and now we will face Hannah Kenny's sister. Talk about how it feels to have that family link and playing, against your sister rather than with your sister.
It's fun watching my sister in the tournament and my mom, but last year we played them, obviously, and that was not so fun in the tournament. Mm-hmm. But it's a cool experience, and not many people get experience playing against their siblings and family members. I'll be talking to Hannah Kenny because I know it's not easy to play a family member in the tournament because obviously someone's season's going to end. So it's just difficult in that aspect of things.
Anything else for Coach?
Okay, go ahead, Coach.
Well, while Cara's here, I would like to point out 9 for 12, 2 aces, and if you didn't watch the match closely, that one rally where I think you had your 2 digs is worth watching. Cara's going on to a pro career where she has to play back row. She looked more than ready today. So
Don't tip our middles.
Don't tip on our middles. Worked on that for 5 years.
Yeah, Coach, I noticed you kind of, during one of the timeouts in the first set, I think this was right after they came back and scored 4 after the first timeout. Could you just kind of talk to maybe, it felt like after that point you guys just really closed the game strong. Can you just talk about, how they were able to, I guess, get better as this match kept going?
Yeah, so we went up 4-0. I thought it was a great timeout by Loyola Chicago, and then they closed that gap really quickly. So Todd Chamberlain, our assistant coach, was making he was making half-hearted threats to our team. If we don't score a point after the timeout, you can't sit anymore at timeouts. We were getting ready to just stand because we came out kind of cold. It was a really well-timed timeout by her. But I also thought, we made a couple uncharacteristic hitting errors, just really weren't a great version of ourselves. And, Nea, like I said, I thought distributed the ball great. And when we just kind of settled back into who we were, I thought that we played a really clean game, and we were able to use our physicality to our advantage.
And then you guys, obviously, you entered this one after playing two really tough teams, dropping both those games. How much do you feel like, that those experiences helped you, now that you're in this, in this next stage of the season, win or go home?
Yeah, that's why we love our conference. So, the last 2 matches of the year were against potential Final Four national championship caliber teams, and unfortunately, we weren't able to hang a W there, but we, because it's our conference, we're able to learn those lessons and apply them to the tournament. And I thought they exposed 2 really specific things that we've been working really hard on that were great today. That was out-of-system setting. I thought when our non-setter set the ball, we terminated really well. You saw Hannah Kenny was able to set a little bit more today as well. And then our first contact, which Payton talked about as well. We just really locked in on our first contact, passed great, and I think we were 5 aces, so we served great as well.
And then you were out there scouting that game before yours. Just any first thoughts on what you'll see tomorrow?
Yeah, Marquette's really talented. So I mentioned this earlier in the week, but their head coach, Tom Mendoza, coached my wife at Creighton. So there's a little bit of a connection there. He's from Chicago, just like me, pretty close in age, and he's a fantastic coach. He got High Point rolling. South Carolina had some great years, and now he's got Marquette in the tournament playing great. He was a setter growing up, so it's no shocker. His offense for his team is very, very good. They were exceptional against a really well-coached Western Kentucky team today. So I know their offense is going to be a big challenge for us, and they got some real physicality on the pin as well. So a very different matchup tomorrow. We were able to kind of prep a little bit earlier in the week on what we thought we might see. So, but it's such a quick turnaround. There's not much more you can do. You got to believe that your team is ready to be resilient and adjust to those things we're going to see tomorrow.
Kind of bouncing off that quick turnaround, you mentioned 22 hours till you have first serve tomorrow. How do you approach this differently from just a player recovery standpoint and then also just a scouting standpoint?
Really, it's a little bit of business as usual. So typically in the ACC, we have the day off, so we'd have a full day where we could really tee it up in our practice tomorrow. Well, we have a practice tomorrow, but we also have a game that night, so we won't go quite as hard and probably won't be able to show exactly how it's going to feel because we want to make sure that we're rested for the match tomorrow night. So a little bit different, day of practice that we're going to have tomorrow. But with the NCAA tournament with the back-to-backs, we've done that before. So I feel very fortunate we were able to prep a day or 2 earlier in the week for what we thought we would see from Western or Marquette. So our team's ready for it.
Anything else?
Thanks everybody for the coverage. Appreciate y'all. Go Cards.